Welcome to our horror comedy. Xiaohuai just stepped out and encountered a resurrected black goat, and just when she wanted to catch her breath, she heard a bell in her ear. She turned and saw the black goat rolling its eyes at her, and in her panic, she picked up a cup to stuff it into the goat's mouth. Did she think it needed hydration? However, she underestimated the black goat's strength. The hydration issue was clearly more complicated than she thought. The cup was spit out, and the goat had the audacity to mock her. She hurriedly escaped from the car, slammed the door shut, and immediately wondered if she was in some escape game. Meanwhile, Maina woke up from her slumber, only to find herself wrapped up like a precious treasure frog. She could hear the commotion outside. She glanced out the window, saw her brother furious at the car. She knew she had to act or escape. She tiptoed out of the room and saw someone busy. She held her breath in fright, thinking, "Am I about to meet a cannibal?" The more she thought about it, the more scared she got. She picked up a stick for self-defense, but just as she was about to bolt, it hit her. She was facing two clowns again. She raised her stick, ready to fight for her life. "Are you okay?" "No, wait, that's not good." "Don't run." "Don't run away, you punk. Stay down on the ground." However, the two brothers just stared at her quietly, not planning to act at all. In fact, they were just two big dummies. The second brother's gunplay was just his way of trying to grill her some fish, totally not what she suspected. Maina felt super embarrassed, regretted her impulsive actions, and decided to apologize to them, just as a few rich kids showed up too. The members of the four-eyed crew went to investigate the situation, with their legs trembling like noodles due to anxiety. Then she noticed a creep was bullying Maina. "Don't run, don't run. Hey, don't run away. I'm definitely not washing those dishes." She realized they were just fighting over who gets to wash the dishes. What was even more incredible was that these two actually began to flaunt their romance in such an exaggerated manner. Four-Eyed couldn't help but feel like rolling his eyes out in disgust. Watching their antics made Ford's head hurt, and Big Bro was so frustrated he started venting his anger on the wood. Four-Eyed was scared half to death, thinking he'd definitely run into a chainsaw maniac this time. With no time to think, he bolted, and others followed suit. However, the girls were running too slowly and were about to be caught, feeling nervous until they realized it wasn't them being chased at all. Her companions had long vanished, leaving her alone and frustrated, so she kicked a tree trunk only to end up. Meanwhile, Xiaohuai was being chewed out by the black goat and finally found her big brother. "What's up with you, kid?" Big Bro looked just as miserable. Soon, Abin and his crew found Polo all dressed up as a living doll, and they agreed it looked like something Big Bro would do. The group decided to help Polo take revenge, while Maina looked at Big Bro being treated like a shrimp and felt super guilty. The second brother was grinning ear to ear, while the oldest looked like he had swallowed a dead rat, utterly miserable. Only the second brother was reveling while watching the two flaunt their relationship, making Big Bro's face turn green with envy. "When are you going to arrive here? I'm not joking, seriously." The more he thought about it, the angrier he got. Finally, he vented his frustration on the wood, probably not the smartest move, which scared Four-Eyed. So he rushed to inform Abin that the chainsaw maniac's corpse was now angrier than ever. It was practically pouting. Yet Abin felt the second brother was the weirder one, asking Maina to crawl into the coffin for a memorable photo. "What the heck is that? Come on, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, crazy. Your life memories are all here." The three of them shivered, deciding to spring into action right away, with Little Red Riding Hood launching an attack on Big Bro. But within the blink of an eye, the plan for the ambush had failed. She actually delved head first into the shredder. What an embarrassment it was. Doomed. Big Bro. Meanwhile, Four-Eyed and Abin weren't faring much better. When they bravely launched their attack, thought I'd unexpectedly witnessed something bizarre from them, which surprisingly inspired him to fight back as well. "Hey, who's that disturbing me over there?" Big Bro didn't expect someone to dive into the shredder on their own, and he was having a blast in there. Dead? Alive? Oh my god, a debate about life and death, how ridiculous. Eat up. There's another one. Men fainted in fright, and blood flowed underground, creating a harrowing scene. The seal started to loosen again. On the other side, after hearing Xiaohuai's tale, Agbro felt the call of glory. He quickly focused, zeroing in on the two brothers as the kidnapping suspects. Shortly after, they arrived at the villa, found Ford's corpse, and discovered a burial pit for the goats in the back mountain. Plus, there was Little Red Riding Hood in the shredder. Seeing the brothers' awful expressions, they were convinced the criminals were them. While they were in the midst of preparing their action, by sheer coincidence, they overheard the brothers quietly discussing calling the police, but unfortunately, Agbro misunderstood their intentions, believing that they were actually planning to silence them as witnesses. Agbro was filled with rage and lost control, planning to burst in and grab them. Just as he was planning to catch the two in his net, an accident unexpectedly occurred. It seems as though even fate enjoys pulling pranks too.